A lot of you guys are making a big mistake. It's a life mistake that you're making, and you're probably making it right now. And that is, you are putting your woman life equal to or above your business life, your financial life. That is a mistake. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you why that's a mistake. And this is something I've been saying for 10 years plus, but I don't think I've ever devoted actual video to it. And today is the day. Get ready, because you're making a big mistake that is damaging your life and damaging your happiness and damaging your long-term future. And I'm going to fix you right now, hopefully. I'm Caleb Jones, and this is Alpha Male 2.0. I make a multi-six-figure, location-independent international income because it's a priority for me, while dating multiple attractive women who are second place to that income. And I teach men just like you how to do the same thing. And a critical component of that is understanding how to integrate both those parts of your life. And if you wait to the end of this video, I will show you exactly how to integrate your woman life into your business life so that it doesn't screw up either one. As I talk about my primary book, The Unchained Man, at alphamalebook.com, the attitude you need to adopt in your life is that the women in your life, and it should be women, not woman. We're Alpha Male 2.0s. We date multiple women all at the same time. Monogamy does not work. Monogamy will not make you happy. You have to have multiple women, at least two in your sex life at all times. Talked about that before. The women in your life facilitate your business life, not the other way around. You have guys on the internet today who look at Instagram and they say, oh man, I need to make $1 million so I can get a pretty girl. Stupid, and is the exact opposite way you should be thinking about this. Even old school guys, old school, more traditionally minded guys, think I need to have a good job and get a good income so I can get a good wife who does whatever I want and we can have kids and we'll be okay. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Business and your income comes first, and it comes first for you, not for chicks. I've said this before and I'll say this again. The reason I got to a six-figure income by the time I was 27 years old, and that was in 1990s dollars when six figures was a lot more money back then than it is today. The reason I did that had nothing to do with me wanting to get laid with a hot girl or marry a pretty girl. Not once through that period of time when I was working to hit that money did I ever think something like, I need to make a lot of money so I can get a pretty girlfriend. I need to make a lot of money so I can get a hot wife or an obedient wife. Never once, and I mean this, never once did I think that. Instead, I thought, I want the money because I want the money. I want it for me. And later I can think about women if I want to. It depends on what I want at that point in my life. But I want the money first. I want the money, and then I can figure out how to design my lifestyle. I don't want the money to get a girlfriend. I don't want the money to get a wife. I don't want the money to give to a girl. That's insane, and that's the wrong reason you want to make a lot of money. Money brings you freedom. Money brings you happiness. Money brings you lifestyle. If your goal is to make a lot of money so you can get a traditional monogamous girlfriend or wife, that means you're going to make the money to have less freedom. That's fucking stupid.
You stupid.
Are you insane? You have been brainwashed by societal programming if that's your thought process. That's not the purpose of money. Now, if you think that money is a factor in getting women or getting more attractive women and SMV and LMS and all those types of things, I already did an entire video on that. You can click it right here where I go through all the arguments about how it's not about SMV. SMV is a factor in your dating life, in your success with women, but it is not the only thing. There are 4 other things that matter just as much, if not more, than SMV. If you want to know what those are, click that video. I go into great detail about that there. So I'm not talking about that here. I'm talking here about your job is the money comes first, the women come second. Now, what I'm not saying is that you're a virgin or you do monk mode for 10 years while you make a bunch of money and then you get laid a lot. That's not what I'm saying. Because while you're making the money, you need to make the money in a way where you can focus on your work. And the best way you can focus on your work is by having sex with women on a regular basis. What? Yes. What happens to men when they don't get laid? You're a guy, you probably went through these times in your life. Maybe you're going through the time in your life right now where you haven't had sex in months. What do you think about all day when you haven't had sex in months? You think about sex, don't you? You're jerking off all the time, aren't you? You're hitting the porn all the fucking time, aren't you? You're not focused. And you're not focused because you're not getting laid. So what you need to do is to get laid semi-regularly with decently attractive women So once you have sex and you've had that release, because as men, that's what we're biologically wired to want and need, then you can go back to your work and you can focus on your work. Lots of guys have asked me why I'm so focused and why I'm so motivated and why I maintain this high level of energy for my work and for my mission. My work is very exciting to me. I love working. I work every day. It's fucking great. One of the many reasons I can do this is because I have a lot of sex. I have sex 3 times a week on average.
Oh yeah.
Every week, regularly, 3 times a week. That's kind of my minimum. There are exceptions to that sometimes, depending on my lifestyle, my travel, and things like that, but that is the standard. And the women I have sex with are really hot. So that means when I work, I am focused on my work. I'm not thinking about getting pussy. I'm not thinking about porn or jerking off. Generally speaking, there are exceptions. I'm a horny guy, but you know what I'm saying. Why? Because I just had sex 2 days ago, or yesterday, or the day before, or what have you. I'm having sex regularly, so that means I can focus on my work. If I'm not having sex regularly, and you're probably like this too, you're not going to be focused on your work and your work will suffer. You don't want your work to suffer because you want that money. So women facilitate your work life, not the other way around. I've always had that viewpoint, even before I was married and now even when I am married. My woman life is very important to me. It's the second most important thing in my life, but it's the second most important thing in my life. Not the first most important thing. The first most important thing is my businesses and my investments and my money and my finances, at least at this time in my life. Later in life, I won't give a shit about money, but right now, money is the most important thing and I'm focused on that. And I have sex to facilitate the growth of my business and the growth of my mission. You see how this works? You see how this is completely the opposite, how most guys view this? I have to make a lot of money to get girls. It's the exact opposite. It's literally the opposite. You need to get laid on a regular basis to some degree, not every day, okay? Every guy has a different level of sex drive, but you need to get laid on a semi-regular basis so that you can make a lot of money and focus on your business. Now let's talk about frequency really quick because every guy's different about this. Some guys need to get laid once a week and they're perfectly great. That's fine. Some guys need to have sex 2 or 3 times a month and they're perfectly fine. Some guys need to have sex 3, 4 times a week and they're perfectly fine. I've talked about this before. You need to know your number. How often do you need to have sex to be focused on your work so you feel good? So you're at maximum happiness for yourself. Every man is different. Every man has a different level of sex drive. Every man has a different age. Every man has a different level of testosterone. All these things are factors. If you're a horny motherfucker like I am, you're gonna have to have sex more often and figure that out in your schedule. If you're a more normal guy or more balanced guy, you need sex less often, but you still need sex on a regular basis. That's why I'm against monk mode. And if you wanna know details on why I'm against monk mode, you click this video right here. I lay out all the arguments on why I think monk mode is a terrible idea for 95, 99% of men. Monk mode is a bad idea. Click that video if you wanna know why. But the point is, you need to have sex on a semi-regular basis. The alpha male 2.0 minimum, by the way, in terms of sexual minimums, is you're having regular sex with at least 2 women, not 1 woman. That's monogamy and that doesn't work. Not 0 women. That's monk mode. That won't make you happy. 2 women who you consider at least cute. They don't have to be supermodels. They don't have to be Instagram chicks. They don't have to be 19-year-olds. They have to be at least cute to you within a maximum of 6 weeks. So every 6 weeks, you're having sex with at least 2 women at a maximum of 6 weeks. That's the alpha male 2.0 minimum. You stay within that minimum, you're pretty good to go. In terms of the frequency, the weekly frequency, that's up to you. Every guy's different. One of the reasons I make the money that I make and live the lifestyle that I live is because I have the sex that I have. If I had spent the last 15 years of my life barely having any sex, which was my existence before I became an alpha 2.0, back when I was a beta male and I was married and I had sex once or twice a month, I would not have made, I promise you this, I know this to be true because I know myself very well. I would not be making the money I make now. My sex life increases my income. And that's probably true for you. By the way, if you like this content, there's something you gotta do for me. You gotta subscribe to this channel. You gotta press that stupid notification bell. You gotta like this video and you gotta leave a comment. Even if you disagree with me, that's okay. The more interaction I get in these videos, and the better the algorithm does in these videos, the more of this content I will do on these platforms. So if you like this content, you should like, subscribe, notification bell, leave a comment so you can get more of this content. So as I promised, here is the best way to facilitate your woman life into your business life, your work life, so that your business life grows and your woman life isn't damaged. And that is to plan it out every week, once a week. This is one of the time management techniques that I teach. You sit down once a week and you say, when am I going to see my women? Okay? Monday, I'm going to see Susie. Friday, I'm going to see Sally. Whatever the fuck you're doing. I don't care. However many women you have, figure that out. But you plan it out every week, and you make those appointments every week. And then you schedule in your work in addition to the woman appointments. The work scheduled comes first. You block out times for your work first in your weekly schedule. This is exactly what I do. Then you plug in your woman appointments, and you do that every week. Now, if you're one of these guys who don't need sex every week, maybe every other week, then you would do this on a once every 2 week basis. But you plan in advance. You have this appointments on your calendar in advance. If you don't do that, you'll be one of these guys who wakes up one day and says, I haven't had sex in 3 months. Dumbass, the reason that happened is because you're not being time management proactive. You're letting your time manage you instead of you managing your time. You have to manage your time. You have to sit down and be proactive about this. Every week, usually it's Mondays for me, I sit down and I plan out my entire week in great detail. All my business stuff, all my goal setting stuff, my exercise, my woman life, my family life, if that's relevant, I put all of that in my week. So I always know in great detail what I'm going to be doing over the next 6 days. I do that every week without fail with rare exception, because I want to make sure that my woman life, which is the second most important thing in my life, which is important, is doing very well. And I want to make sure my businesses are doing well. I want to make sure they're both doing well. I want to make sure to give the time allotted to both. Now, I'm married. So you older guys who are living with a woman or married to a woman, same thing there. You need to plan out the time you spend with your special lady, put that in your schedule, and if you're Alpha 2.0, the time you're going to spend with your FBs on the side, because you don't want just one woman. That's monogamy. That doesn't work. You need 2 women. At least, you don't need 47 women, just 2. Every guy can do 2 women. It's not that difficult. You have all my resources to help you on how to do that. You plan that out once a week. It's very simple. It's not nearly as hard as you think, and it doesn't take very much time. That's what you need to do. But remember that mindset. You have sex to facilitate your mission and your business and your money and your finances, not the other way around. If you are married or you live with a woman or you're going to live with a woman soon, you should watch this video here on how to integrate your marriage into your business life. That will help you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.